I know, lamb chop. They're beautiful trees, aren't they? And it takes a lot of work to tend to them. But I'm ready to do that. Oh, hey, TVs. It's Psychic Bob and Lamb Chop. Welcome to Vlog Thursday. We're staying inside today. Psychic Bob has a very full day of readings, and it's kind of cold outside. So I'm staying in and just chilling today. I'm sitting here reading a wonderful book about bonsais. That's right. Do you want to go over there and sit down? Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's say hi to her. He wants to say hi. Oh, there's Miss Lisa's there. Oh, look, Robert Stevens is with. There's Kim Osborne. Oh my gosh, there's Angelica Borman, mom. Caden Sowers here. Lisa Mikado's here. Oh my gosh, isn't that wonderful? This is so cool to have everybody here. And there's Cola Bob's, Baroness Cola Bob's. She's our moderator. Oh my gosh, we have so many people here. Well, welcome to the show, guys. So good to be here with you. Well, Lamb Chop and I have been sitting here and reading this book called 101 Bonsai. As many of you know, Kim Osborne got me a bonsai kit. I don't have it here on my table. It's over in another area. And I know today I said we were going to do the bonsai kit. But as I opened it up and started reading about it, this is actually really quite complex. It's not just like any old plant. I have to do a lot of preparation work, like soaking burlap to moisten it and to prepare it. And I can't open the seeds until I'm ready to actually start working with them. So what I'm going to do is it's more complex than I realized. I think today we're not going to do the bonsai. I've got to read this book this week and learn about it. And then next week, I think I'll be in a place where I can start to do it. As I said, it's a little more complex than I realized. And Kim, thank you, Kim, for this lovely kit and tree. I am excited, but I've got to learn to do it properly. I don't want to ruin it and mess it up. So we're going to go step by step, and I really need to know what I'm doing. So Psychic Bob's got his homework cut out this week. I got to study this book. This came in the kit, but it's as I said, it takes an entire book to learn the process. So we'll go work on that. You like that, Lamb Chop? Yeah. Oh, you want to look at some of the pictures? Hold on. Lamb Chop wants to see some pictures. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. Look at this, guys. See, Lamb Chop, you like that? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? There's so many amazing pictures in this book. They give, oh, look at this, guys. This is about starting a bonsai. All right, how much stuff I have to go through. Isn't that beautiful? This is a wonderful book. Kim, I love the book that came with the plant. It's just really amazing stuff. There's a whole chapter on bonsai styles. Different styles of, growing the trees. So I got a lot. Sorry, Lamb Chop. Lamb Chop and I got a lot to read. So we're going to sit and study this book. And I think next week we're going to do the bonsai. I just thought it was like you open and just water it. I didn't realize I have to. There's a whole preparation process you have to do to get the seeds ready. And I don't want to rush through that. I need to sit there and really know what I'm doing. So we're not going to do that today. But just know, Kim, that I love it. And next week we'll do it, Yeah. Does that sound good? Yeah. Well, why don't you go over there and sit down so I can talk to everybody, okay? Yes, I do want you to watch for the Sun Lord. He's sleeping today. Maybe you can wake up the Sun Lord, okay? All right, so go over there. Yeah, right over, sit over by the window. There you go. Good old Lamb Chop. I'm telling you, he's a right old friend, isn't he? I'm so glad you guys are here. In the spirit of the bonsai tree, because I really was excited. I thought I was going to do the bonsai today, but I put on this pendant, which is a Wiccan pendant, which I thought you guys would enjoy seeing. And this is a Wiccan tree. Let's see if you can see it. It's a tree. Could be a bonsai tree. I think it's a giant, like an oak tree, though. The tree of life. And you see it's got a pentacle underneath the tree. Isn't that beautiful? So this is my bonsai blessing charm. I'm going to be wearing this as I work on my bonsai. So we have the spirit of the tree of life and the mystical pentacle to guide us. How's that look? All right. So there you go. There's my jewelry for today in the spirit of the bonsai, you know. Oh my gosh. Kim Osmer says, bonsai trees are magical and healing. Oh, they are, Kim. I'm really looking forward to getting into this. But this morning I was getting set up for the video, and I'm putting some creamer in my tea. I know a lot of people think I'm gross for it. I like coffee mate. I put it in my tea. So I'm sitting here making some tea right now, and I'm having a good cup of Earl Grey tea. Oh, it is just delicious. I'm not being endorsed by Coffee Mate. I just happen to have it here on my table. Oh, I'm telling you. I know I'm getting this video out late today. I had a late night last night. I was up late working on astrology charts and scheduling readings. So now I'm having some tea, just to wake up today. Caden says, Bob, do you still practice Shinto? I remember you had a few fake ones on your altar. Oh, yeah, I still love Shinto. I do have my fake ones in my house. And, I'll show those next week, Caden. But, yeah, the fake ones actually look really good, They look pretty real. So I hope that I can get my real one to look as good as my fake ones, Glitter Rainbow says, bonsai trees also don't need a lot of water, right? I'm not sure. I've got to read up on it. I'm really not an expert on bonsais, but I'm going to be. Having this wonderful bonsai kit, it's bringing out my inner Mr. Miyagi, Do you remember in the movie when Daniel was cutting the tree and he says to Mr. Miyagi, I never forget this scene. It's one of my favorites. And he gets confused while he's cutting the tree, how to do it. And he says, how do I know if I'm doing it right? How do I know if this is right? And Mr. Miyagi said, if vision come from within you, it's always right. So see, the secret to bonsai is you've got to be one with the tree. You've got to be tuned into that inner light, that knowledge. It's really a very spiritual practice. And if you watch the movie, the original movie, The Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi is teaching Daniel how to have a spiritual focus in his life. And for those of you who watch Cobra Kai, I'm crazy about Cobra Kai. That's the Netflix series. I'm not being endorsed by Netflix. That continues on the story with Daniel now that he's grown up. It's just wonderful. I love it. And Daniel, the character Daniel is still into bonsai trees. He has them all over his house in the show. So I'm loving my bonsais, my bonsai kit. And next week, when I can actually do it properly, then we'll do it. I may have to do some prep work this week, so we'll see how it goes. I've got to get into it. Anyways, I'm so glad you guys are here. And Kim, thank you for this wonderful bonsai. I'm sorry to disappoint you today, but, I want to do it right. Glittery Rainbow says, oh, yes, communing with trees is so magical, mystical, and very calming, isn't it? Many of you guys know on Vlog Thursday, a lot of times I go outside and I hug a big tree, and I do like to do that. And so I'm going to have my little bonsai that I can hug and prune and cultivate. I think this is going to be so much fun. And once we get it going, all of you, can be part of it, because I'm going to need you to pray for the tree. Trees need prayer too. Yes, they do. They're living beings. So we're going to do, once we get this going, we're going to watch it grow and sculpt it and pray for it and help it to grow, be a wonderful friend. In Japan, bonsai trees, if they're well cared for, can live to be hundreds of years old. Some of you may know that there are YouTube videos. Go look them up on bonsais. Some of them are literally like 200 or 300 years old. They can live that long if they're taken care of. So my goal is I'm going to get a bonsai going that I will have for the rest of my life. And I'll have to will it to somebody to keep it going, So I figured I've got my baronial title. I might as well have a bonsai too. All things with B this year. We got Baroness Cola Bobs on moderation. I've got a baronial title, and now I got a bonsai. Triple B blessings. Anyways, it's so good just to hang out with you guys today. You guys doing all right? Huh? TGVG's here. Hey, TGVG, all the way from Netherlands. He says, when I work on my Japanese bonsai, I'll find it very meditational and spiritual. Oh, so you already do it, or you're planning on doing it, TGVG? If you have one, I'd love to talk to you about it, because I really want to do this right so I don't destroy it. I've heard some people say, oh, I bought a kit, it didn't work. But I really think the secret is you have to do it properly and really go with the instructions. You can't just wing it with this sort of thing. You know, in Japan, the cultivation of bonsai is considered it's really a sacred art. And so you see that in Karate Kid. Like Mr. Miyagi takes his bonsai trees very serious. It's not a joke. It's not a funny. It's very serious. Because if you think about it, you're entrusted with life. When you cultivate a seed, you're bringing a new life into the world. So we want to treat that life with reverence, honor, and sanctity. So that's why I'm going to do it properly. Kim says, it's okay, Bob. I'm not disappointed. Thank you, Kim. I'm glad you understand, because I really want to honor this and do it. If I just rushed into it today and halfway did, I'd probably mess it up. And that would be disappointing for all of us, TGV says, I have a juniper from Japan that is almost 90 years old. I've had it for a year now. Oh, TGVG. Oh my God, that is so exciting. Do you think maybe TGVG you'd be open to coming on one day as a guest and showing your bonsai, and we could have a show about that? Would you be open to? I think that would be a real inspiration for all of us to have you on, show your tree. Yeah, you will? Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Well, I tell you, bonsais are spiritual practice, they're artistic practice, and I think that they bring out our own spirit as well as the tree spirit. And as many of you know, I love the green man. And the green man, is a tree spirit. So we're going to do a special ritual and call down the tree man when we start our bonsai too. TGVG says that would be awesome. So he does want to come on. Wonderful. We're going to plan that soon. It says, in the spring, I got a new pot for it. Haha. Yay. So he's got a new pot for his tree. So TGVG, do they grow really fast or are they slow? I'm just curious. If you have anything, you just tell me right now. Just something a little brief, Glitter Rainbow says, that's going to be a cool show. Oh, it absolutely is. TGVG says they grow very slow in a pot. Kim says, I can't wait to have TGVG. That's our, well, TGVG, I'll talk to you afterwards. And we're going to coordinate a time to have you come on and show your bonsai. And I think once I get mine started, then it'll be a good time. And then we can compare notes of what to look for and what to watch and all of that. That'd be great. Oh my gosh. Thank you for agreeing to do that, TGV. I think that's going to be so fascinating for all of us. He said, yeah, nice. All right. Baroness Kolobob says, Julius, he needs information on how to keep his bonsai from dying. Boy, isn't that the truth, TGVG says, I can give you a whole master class. Oh my gosh. I think that's wonderful. Caden Sauer says, in my area, there's an old Civil War hospital converted into a tea shop. In the garden, there's a tree estimated to be over 400 years old. Isn't that amazing? Wow. Hi, Robin. Good to see you. Robin Boston just got here. She said, wow, I just got here. I had to take my neighbor to the doctor. God bless you, Robin. It's very kind of you. Well, we started late today simply because I was behind. I had a late night doing astrology charts and readings. And Robin, we were going to do the bonsai tree today, but as I open the kit, it's a lot more complex. So I'm going to sit down this week. I've got a book to study. I was just telling everybody. I'm going to study this before we do it because I don't want to mess it up. TGVG has also agreed to come back and be a guest. We're going to do a show on bonsai soon. And he's going to show his tree that is 90 years old. So anyways, I know Colobos. Hold on, I'm getting there. Just relax. Um, she wants me to show some other stuff. We'll get there. But, Robin, I'm just so glad you're here today. And thank you for joining us. We've only been on just a few minutes, like 15 minutes. Robin says, I think I'm going to try to grow a bonsai tree. Or maybe I'm not that late. Good, I didn't miss the tree stuff. Cool. Robin, we're not going to do the tree today. I'm sorry to disappoint you. You rushed home for this. As I said earlier, I don't think you heard me because you just got in. It's way more complex than I realized. So I've got to prepare all this week just to even start it. And I've got a book I have to study this to even get it going. So next week we're going to try to do that next Thursday. I'm sorry for the disappointment. Anita Hitchcock's here. Hi, Anita. Welcome. She says, I love the dynamics and all the stuff you cover, Bob. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. I really say, a lot of people, one of the reasons I do all these shows is I want people to understand that being a psychic is not a one-dimensional life. And a lot of people think psychics, all they do is read. But I really think that if you're going to be a spiritual person, you have to explore and expand your life in other areas. So that's why I bring other topics here besides just doing psychic readings. I could just do a channel of nothing but readings, but I think that would be boring. I've had a really interesting and fascinating life, as many of you known over the years. And so I want to bring some of my excitement of my joy of life to this channel. I do painting. I'm now going to grow bonsais. Eventually I'm going to get back to doing karate too, and also yoga. Both of those I love and I want to get back into. But I've got so much on my plate. But little by little, we'll have more on the show. So, hi Don Chance, good to see you. Oh, kisses to you, Anita. Thank you, blessings. Yeah, hi Robin says, wow, what about? Yeah, Robin, I have to read through all this just to even really started. It's kind of complex because I have to prepare the seeds and I've got this burlap. I have to moisten it. And it's not just like a 5-second thing where I just plant seeds. It takes, it's a lot of preparation work. So when I have to prepare the soil, and once I get the initial work done on it, then it's going to be really great to work with. But it takes a lot of work just to set it up. So it's more than I was able to do today because of my time constraints. TGVG says, to me, it's very calming. And I think it's going to be very calming. Ever since 1984, literally, I'm going to show my age, I wanted a bonsai tree and I never got one. I used to see them at the shopping mall. They said back in the 80s, bonsai trees were everywhere. But they were very expensive. Some of you may remember the 80s, because of Karate Kid, that just shot the popularity up and they became very pricey. And I couldn't afford them back then. Even today, if you go to buy one, they're very expensive. So, I'm going to try to grow one and start it and cultivate it. And I'm going to cultivate Miyagi-Do spirit. Miyagi-Do. We're going to invoke Mr. Miyagi, the spirit of bonsai, the green man. We're going to have all heaven helping us get this tree going. Oh, my gosh. Hey, there's Sandra and Jessica. Hi, Sandra. Good to see you. Sandra says, in my gym, I just started something new. It's called Body Flow, and it's a mix of Tai Chi and yoga, and I love it. Oh, that sounds fun, Sandra. I think I'd love that. That sounds great. I love Tai Chi and I love yoga, so that blend sounds fascinating. Robin Boston says, I took Sydney to Taekwondo for years. Oh my gosh, yeah, I love Taekwondo. I studied that. Kim Osborne just wrote, she says, and doing a bonsai tree yourself will bring so much joy. Joy because it will be something you help bring into existence. I think so, Kim. And like TGVG says, it's therapeutic. It's therapeutic. Caden Sauer says, how do you make sure that the tree stays small? I'll never understand how people do that. It's done through pruning methods, and you have to kind of trim the tree and you wire it, and it's like you put strictures around it, and it won't grow beyond its parameters. So it's kind of complex, and again, I've got a lot of work to do on it to learn on this, but it's you train the tree so that it stays in the parameters that you want it, you know. Kim Osborne says, I try to be thoughtful in gifts. Yes, you work, Kim. It's a lovely gift. And not only am I going to enjoy it, everybody here at Spirit Channel is going to be part of it. So, Kim, you've multiplied joy hundreds of times here, thousands probably. Baroness Kolobob says, I learned karate. I ran around the house and kicked my brother in the jaw. I don't think that's Miyagi-Do sword. That does sound like Cobra Kai, though. I'm more of a Miyagi-Do type of guy. But when I get riled up, I can be as tough as Cobra Kai. I really can. Oh, my gosh. You know, the thing is, I've been watching that show. I got lint all over me. Cobra Kai, the TV series. And it's really interesting because when you actually get to study Cobra Kai, some of what they teach is good. And you see during the show, like where they start to recognize it's almost like yin and yang. Like in the past, Cobra Kai was all evil. Now they're seeing that there are some elements in Cobra Kai that help people. And like Sam, Daniel's daughter in the show, she's like, Dad, I want to learn some Cobra Kai techniques. And it actually helps her along the way. So it's like yin and yang, the energy shift. Some's good, some's evil. Light and dark always interplay, you know. Baroness Kolobob says, I'm Cobra Kai, Bobs. You stick with me, Miyagi. All right. Kim says, I got a pink belt in Taekwondo. Oh, Kim, that's amazing. Wow. Look at that. I love that. Baroness Kolobob said, I was just a teen. I think she means when she did karate. You know, but I think that this cultivation of the bonsai is going to be a real fun part of Spirit Channel here. And if we get this one going and it works, then maybe we'll start another one and we'll have a few bonsais going. My Bob's got a black belt. No, I don't have a black belt. I think I was what was I? A green belt? I only got about partway up the thing. It was at a time in my life where I had so much going on and I couldn't focus on it like I wanted to. I'd love to go back to karate. In fact, I got to show you something. Hold on. Let me get something to show you here. I got a really cool book recently called Karate Kata and Applications. And it goes through step-by-step positions to do kata, practicing karate moves. Now, some of them are with people, and some of them are on your own. Like, most of them are just done by yourself. Like, so they have like step-by-step the moves and how you do it. So I actually am going to start doing karate kata. I don't think I'm going to be a big fighter or do competitions, but just for my own exercise, I think I'm going to practice kata again. Because for me, it's a way to harmonize energy in my body. And as many of you know, when you do this type of work and live the life I live as a psychic, you get all up in your head and in your spiritual mind. And something like karate or yoga grounds you back to the physical world. And I need that grounding in my life because when I do too much psychic work, I can't function in the real world. Like literally, I'll be walking around space cadet like, Mm. Yeah, Cola Bobs was a teen when she kicked her brother in the jaw. Oh my gosh. Caden Sauer says, soon you'll be Sensei Bob. Caden, I don't think I'll ever be a sensei or Mr. Miyagi. But who knows? I really think that all of us, though, can learn and be blessed through the study of the bonsai. I think there's real wisdom in the bonsai, and we're going to find out about that. And the coming weeks and months here, And it's a good time to start the bonsai because, we're going to be coming up soon in February on Imbolc. And Imbolc is about the beginning of seed life coming back, preparing for the spring. So I think, if we start this now as we get closer to February, that's perfect timing. And then as we go into the spring, the bonsai will grow. What do you think? I think our timing is going to be good on this. Kim Osborne says, Karate Kata. That's right. This is Karate Kata book. Isn't that cool? I need to buy me a new gi. This is called a gi, the uniform. I used to have a bunch of gis when I studied, but I think I gave them all away. But I'm going to get some gi and really start doing the exercises and the kata. Kata is kind of like a type of yoga, I think, in a way. They're movements with the body and alignments, Baroness Golubov says, yeah, I was just a teen when I put my brother down. And she says, second time I tried it, I landed on my back, LOL. Robin Boston agrees. She said, yes, that's great timing for the bonsai. I agree. I think it's going to be, we're right at the right time. Going into Imbolc, and then as we go into the spring, it will grow. According to 2GVG, it's a slow process, so we should start it now, and hopefully by spring, we'll really start to see some progress there. Miss Lisa says, I practice yoga and Tai Chi. Ooh, I love that, Miss Lisa. That's wonderful. I'm so glad you do that. Well, I'm trying to get back to a physical thing, so I'm going to start with Karate Kata and see how that goes. Kim says, my son trained with the best of the best. Oh, yeah, there are a lot of wonderful karate teachers. We're lucky that it's come to the United States. Karate really wasn't in America until like late 40s, early 50s. It came over after the war. A lot of Americans didn't know about it before that time. Anyways, speaking of all things creative, we have a very talented and creative person here at Spirit Channel, and his name is Simba. Simba, are you still with us today? Golubov says, Simba in chat. I don't see him. Well, Simba is an amazing artist. And, I've received a lot of messages from people on the other side about his artworks. And I thought I'd show you a wonderful artwork that I purchased from Simba recently. Would you guys like to see that? Simba is a graphic artist and a painter. And Simba, if you're here, maybe you can tell us what all you do. He does graphic arts, painting, a little bit of everything. Don't be shy, Simba. We need to see you. Well, anyways, for a Christmas gift, Cola Bob's arranged for Simba to do a portrait of us. And I love this portrait because it's kind of, it's creative, it's artistic. It's something like, a little bit surreal maybe. But let me just, rather than talking, as they say, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So here's a wonderful portrait, which I'm just crazy about, that Simba did. It's giant. So hold on, guys. I can only hold it up a few minutes. I don't know if it's going to show Cola. It's, I've got to put it back here. Let me come down. It's too big to fit in my area where I'm filming. But it says at the top, United by Spirit. And it's Cola Bob's, Baroness Cola Bob's, our moderator, and I together. And Simba did all the creative background. It's hard to see. It's got stars, and he designed all the crowns. And then at the bottom it says, Lord Bob and Lady Nicola. But he did this portrait. And what's really cool is it's a virtual portrait because Cola Bob's and I were never actually in the same room together. He did this graphically, took our photos and combined them and put it together for us. Isn't that wonderful? And so we have our crowns because we're, the heads of the order of the Brown Star, Wiccan Lord and Wiccan Lady, the High Priest and High Priestess. So, and Simba thought it was cool to use these pictures because he loved our masks. And, from a historical perspective, this is actually a valuable portrait because someday, in the future, when they show photos of people like 100 years from now, They'll say, why are people wearing masks? And it'll be part of history. Say, well, in that time on the earth, there was this plague and people had to wear this. And so, this has historical significance, I think, as well. And anyways, I guess I'm vain. I like giant pictures of myself. So, but really, I love it in Cola Bob. She has got her purple hair here, and you can see her beautiful eyes. And she has on a Gucci. She's got on a Gucci mask, and I got a Louis Vuitton mask. But if you like this artwork, you should consider exploring having Simba do a portrait for you. His prices are very reasonable, and he can do really anything. This is just one. We'll have more coming in the coming months to show. I think Cola Bob's is getting another one for me. But I'm a big fan of Simba's artwork. And this actually, he didn't put it on the canvas. We had a professional canvas person do the canvas of it, but he can do the portrait for you. And Cola Bob, does he put them on canvas? He might be able to actually do it on canvas, but he sent us the digital art. We paid for the digital art, and then we had the canvas made from the art. But I think that's really cool. It says United by Spirit. Isn't that wonderful? So Simba, if you're here, I can't see the chat because I'm back here. Thank you for your wonderful work. There's Simba. So Simba, put in the chat how people can contact you if they want to see more samples of your work or have their own artworks. And now, he doesn't just have to do your portrait. He can do any sort of images as well. He's an artist. So maybe you have a favorite car that you want to image or a bonsai tree or something, But he does portraits, and Cola Bob's had him craft this portrait for us, which I think is just beautiful. So I love it, and I'm going to say thank you to you for that wonderful, wonderful artwork. It's really special. So Simba, make sure to put your information in the chat, okay? So yay! Oh my gosh, there it is. Simba says, you're welcome, Baron Bob and Baroness Nicola. Cola says, I paid $100 to get it on canvas. Yeah, Simba does the artwork, and Cola had somebody do it on the canvas. But Simba at some point may put them on canvas. Simba, are you putting stuff on canvas for people if they want that or not? Anyways, talk to Simba, This painting, I think, is going to be a very valuable artwork because I'll tell you, well, it's already valuable to me just emotionally and sentimentally because Cola Bob's got it for me. But I'm also a friend of Simba, and to have a piece of his original work is a treasure. And I'm telling you, Simba is going places in the art world. I'm telling you, one of my predictions, he's going to be a very famous artist in the next few years. And you'll wish you had bought one of his artworks when you could afford it because his prices are very generous. And, Simba, make sure to put in how people can contact you, where to contact you. Put it in the chat, and I'll put it on the video after it finishes in the information box, But I will be one of the people that will say, I have an original portrait by Simba. And it's going to be like a Picasso, it really will. So, you remember Andy Warhol? He was a famous painter. Well, he's one of Simba's guides. He's come through to me. And Andy Warhol, in a psychic visitation, told me, he said, I'm pushing Simba forward in the art world. If you've got Andy Warhol pushing you, that's pretty good. So Simba's very fortunate. He is a very powerful guide. And I think that Andy Warhol, he was going to start to channel through Simba at times and help him with his art. So I think it's very exciting. But when Andy Warhol started out, he was selling his paintings for $100 a painting. And some of the people who bought his original artworks have turned around and sold them for $20 and $30 million. This is how it's going to be with Simba. Someday I may have to sell this, but I'll make millions from it. I don't ever want to sell it, honestly. But if I had to, I know I'll make a lot of money. So I've got an original Simba artwork, and I think you should get one while you can. Get them now, Thank you, TGVG. He said, that is amazing. It is amazing. Before we go, I'll show it again to you, okay? Right now, I have to finish sipping my tea. But this Vlog Thursday is one of these days where we don't really have an agenda. It's just whatever happens, happens. you know. Speaking of agendas, now this week we've still got a lot going on here at Spirit Channel. Tomorrow night, we're going to broadcast at 7 p.m. live, and it's going to be Friday night spirit messages. So if you've been wanting to get a psychic reading, be here tomorrow night, 7 p.m. I'm going to do live psychic readings and pray my voice recovers. I'm starting to lose my voice again. I feel fine. I just don't have a voice. So make sure to come out and join us for that, okay? 7 p.m. live psychic readings. And this Saturday, by the way, we have our psychic development class. So you can still register. Go over to my website, PsychicBob.com. It's $30 for the class. This week, we're going to work more on how to get details from spirits about their life, their names, their past. We're really working right now. We're developing in class how to go to the next level with our knowledge bases. And I'll tell you, the last few weeks, it's been amazing. I had people in class that said, well, I can't do this. It's too complex. And by the end of the class, they were actually getting actual names and information around spirits that people could confirm that they were doing readings for. It was pretty cool stuff. But of course, I have great students. I'm not surprised because they're amazing. And all of you here that have been part of our class, you know, Psychic Bob is a bit of a taskmaster. I do make you work hard in that class. It's not my psychic development class is not a passive class. This is not a class where you just come and take notes. No. This is an interactive class. So I make you work with me to learn how to open your channel. I'll actually be with you one-on-one helping you. I started this class because so many people wanted me to do private tutoring and mentoring. And I just, because of my reading schedule, I don't have time to do one-on-one help just individually. So I created the class so that I could serve a lot of people at one time because of my limited schedule. And I think a class environment makes a dynamic energy that really helps everybody to grow more quickly, you know? So thank you, Glittery Rainbow. She's been in our class. She says, epic class. Yeah, so I hope you'll come out and join us this Saturday if you're available. Love to have all of you here. We have 30 spots, and it's limited to 30 people. I think we're about 20 full now, so I think I still have 10 spots for Saturday. So we still have some spots. Okay, I still have a few spots also left for our Psychic Bob's Inner Circle. Hi, Kayla. Yeah, you can join the class. The Psychic Development class, you just go to my website, PsychicBob.com, and there's a button over there under services. You'll see like offerings or services, and it's Psychic Development class, $30 for the class. It's 2 hours live training with me. You're not going to get anybody at my level that's going to train you for 2 hours live for that low of a price. I'm really giving it away. If I were greedy, you know, some people say, you're greedy, you charge. Listen, psychic development is a skill like any other skill. You would pay to go to dental school. You would pay to go to car mechanic school. You'd pay, in the old days, they used to have television repair and radio repair school. That used to be a job. I don't think those are jobs anymore, but you go to school, and psychic skills are just as much a skill as any other skill. Now, as I told you, I literally am giving away for $30. You're not going to get somebody at my level with my experience to train you for 2 hours one-on-one for that cheap. Go to your local gym and try to hire a private trainer to train you one-on-one. Find out just going to your gym, it's more than what I charge, you know. Thank you, Glittery Rainbow. Glittery says, Bob's prices are so incredibly low for the highest quality. So prices are so incredibly low for the highest quality service. Thank you, Glittery Rainbow. You know, there are some people trying to say I'm a greedy person, but you guys know this. I don't have another job. Being a psychic is my full-time work. So I have to charge a little bit, but I'm not getting wealthy. You know, I always tell people, don't become a psychic to get rich. You'll never get rich as a psychic. Do it because you love the work. I love the work, you know. And, you know, I'm sure there are rich psychics. There's like Hollywood psychics. Like, what's that guy, Matt Frazier or something? I mean, he's making millions. But most of us who are the real psychics, we're in the trenches working. We're not getting wealthy. We just need enough to live, okay? Hello, Mel. Mel says, what does January hold for the world? 5G implementation. Mel, I'm not doing psychic readings today, but we will do that tomorrow. So if you want to come out tomorrow, I'll be glad to answer that then. Um, we're doing a live broadcast 7 p.m. Friday night, live spirit messages. Today is just I'm hanging out, talking about my life and what's going on. So I will be doing private readings later today, and I'm booked up for that. Anybody wants to call for a private reading, I am getting very full, but I will find a way to get you in. The schedule changes, so I may have something. I'm usually booked about 3 to 4 weeks out now. But I can probably get you in sooner than that because I have some people shifting around. So, well, I'm glad you're here, Mel. Not trying to be rude or push you out or anything. Just letting you know today I'm not doing readings. I'm just having a chill day with you guys. We've been talking about bonsai trees and artworks and tea, all of that. I love to sip my tea. It's a great day to sip some tea. So I'm just glad you guys are here, and I want to say thank you. Thank you for your support. Caden's so nice. She says, Bob's reading changed my life. Thank you, Caden. Blessings to you. I'm so honored to have had the privilege and honored opportunity to read for you. You know, I tell people, and it's really true, I say, you know, I get as much out of the reading as the people I read for. You know, I get to meet your spirit guides and your loved ones in spirit, and I talk to your relatives, and it's really an amazing experience for me as a medium. Mel says, no worries. New to your channel and meeting you. Well, welcome. I hope you're subscribed, Mel. Make sure to hit that subscribe so you get something. I put out a video every day. And just so you know, Mel, I broadcast every day at 7 p.m., except for on Tuesdays and Thursdays, when I usually do around 12 o'clock on Tuesdays and 12 on Thursday. Today, I'm just late because of my schedule this morning. So I would have normally had this out at 12. Yay, thank you for your subscription. We got any other new people here? You're new to the channel. Identify yourself. I'll give you a shout out. I'd love to acknowledge you. There's Jan Blackcat. Thank you, Jan. Blessings. Sandra Juskin says, amazing, amazing, amazing. Sandra, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at your astrology chart yet, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on it if you feel like it. I hope you don't mind me saying that. By the way, thank you to all of you who've been calling for astrology. I do have a little bit of a backlog. It's probably anybody that sends me a astrology request, it's probably going to be about a week and a half now because I've got so many. But I'm working on them. In between readings, I'm doing astrology. I got more work that I can do in a day, but you know what? I love it that way. Yeah. Robin Boston says, we might be getting some snow Sunday, so keep drinking your tea. All right. Tea drinking for snow. Sandra, wonderful. Sandra Jessica says she loves her astrology chart. I'm so glad. Caden says, I was in tears for some of the reading because I finally got closer on my father's death over 10 years of grief, and it was finally healed. Bless you, Caden. I'm so thankful. That's the wonderful work of mediumship. We can help people connect from the other side and bring healing and closure. Jan Blackhat says, we had mega snow. Now we're flooding. Oh my gosh, Jan, I hope you're okay. Golly jeepers. That's scary. Snow can bring a lot of water. That's true. And it melts. Yeah. Baroness Colba says, Sandra loves her astrology chart, Bobs. Oh, I'm so thankful. Sandra just said, spot on. Oh my God, it is amazing. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra. I'm so glad you like that. It's a real joy. You know, astrology, for those of you who wonder about astrology, I am a medium, a psychic and a medium, but I'm also doing astrology. Now, I've actually been studying and playing with astrology since 1978. I know, can you believe it's over 40 years now I've been doing it. And I started selling charts now. I hadn't done charts for a long time because, frankly, I just don't have time, and I didn't have time. I don't know if I have time now, but I'm somehow squeezing it in. But for me, doing astrology is fun. It's so interesting how the charts align with our talents and our paths and our destinies. And I'm just a big believer in it. I say astrology is not something you believe in. It just is what it is. It proves itself. So I don't believe in that. Well, you don't have to believe in it. It proves itself. It's very obvious. When I can sit down and do a chart for somebody I don't know, and they're like, you hit that and that, and then I have this issue and that issue. And yes, in my early life, I had that happen and this. How do you explain it? It's really in the stars. Now, when I talk about the stars, I've said this on my astrology forecast show. On Mondays, I do astrology. The stars, above us are like a snapshot, but it doesn't mean we're locked into that. And that's the only thing that can happen on. But it definitely shows things that you want to pay attention to. Jan Blackhat says, what happens with astrology if you don't know what time you're born, like when you are adopted? Jan, I can do a chart. I generally set the chart to noon time as your birth time because it's the midway point in the cycle of the wheel. And so it will probably be a little off, but only partially off. So it's best to have the time, but if we don't, the tradition is to set the clock till noon time. And I still find I've done it for people, even when I set it at noon, they still say, oh my God, it's amazingly accurate. Because when you have the actual day and the date, most of the major planets are going to be in alignment. The sun's not going to change. The moon, isn't going to change. Your rising sign isn't going to change. So the three main things that start off your charts, the sun sign, the moon sign, the rising sign. And when I do my charts, I list those on the first page for you and I explain all of that. My charts, by the way, I just want to clarify for people who are curious about that. These are not computer printout charts. Now, a lot of times, I know people have written me and said, well, why should I pay you $45 for a chart when I can go online and get one for $20 from another astrologer? Well, what that other astrologer is not telling you is that their chart is just done by computer. You can buy professional astrology programs where you just push a button, you put in the birthday and push a button, it prints out a chart with the whole report. Mine is not that. Mine is I actually put together your chart and I give you a copy of that. And then I handwrite my interpretation of your transits and your chart and your planets. It's my personal write-up. It's not a computer print. So everybody who has a chart with me, your charts are all different because, you have different things and I hand address those. So that's why I charge more. It takes me about 4 hours to do one chart. And I'm only charging $45, so I'm really not making much money on that. I could probably get another job where I'd make more money, than doing an astrology. So astrology, again, I'm practically giving it away. I charge a little bit because it does take a lot of work, but I'm not making a fortune off astrology. $45 is not a lot of money when you consider I put 4 hours of time into it, Kane says, Bob, drink a cup of tea and lemon and honey. It will help your throat. Thank you. I will do that. Right now, I'm going to get off of here because I've got places I've got to be today and readings to do and charts to work on. But I did want to come in and spend just a little time with all of you today. And I hope you've enjoyed being here as much as I have. Hi, Beverly Lee. Yay, you're here. Beverly says, hey, Bob, be well and be blessed. At my last reading, you asked if I heard voices. After I thought about it, yes, I did. Thank you. Oh, Bev, I'm so glad that made sense to you. The spirit people are around us, We got to start our conversations. Caden asks Lady Cola, says, what's your favorite tea? British people have the best taste in tea, so I trust your opinion. I think I know what it is. I think hers is like mine. I love Earl Grey. Earl Grey is really my favorite, Baroness Kolobob says he stays up all night doing charts. I do, actually. Because I don't get to do charts till usually the end of the day. Like I do a whole day of psychic readings. And then in the evening after I finish at about 10 o'clock at night, I start doing charts. And I usually stay up till like 2 or 3 in the morning doing charts. So that's kind of just, I work around the clock. Yeah, I was right. Baroness Kolobob says Earl Grey, bergamot, tea from Harrods. That's the best, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Caden. Caden said, Bob is really the best. He really doesn't charge much. No, I don't. I wish I didn't have to charge anybody. That's the truth. But, I have to pay the light bill. It's the, charging allows me to be on YouTube. It keeps the lights on and the computer running, Oh, Robin says, she said, Earl Grey is my favorite tea too. All right. We got Earl Grey fans here. I love it. Thank you, Kate. Caden says, she says, Bob generally cares about his clients too. I do. I love all the people I read for, Hi, Beach Sunsets. Beach says, hi, Bob. Glad I caught a few minutes live today. Putting water on now for some tea. Have a great day. Thank you for stopping in. I'm sorry you missed it. My schedule's a little off today, so I'm starting late and ending at a weird time, but I'm glad you got in for a few minutes. Welcome. I hope your tea is good. Have some Earl Grey if you have it. That's what I'm drinking today. Robin says, you stay up as late as me. I do. I'm a night owl. When you do psychic work, a lot of you who do like psychic work, you'll know that if you do a lot of readings, you have to kind of come down off that energy. And so sometimes I have trouble sleeping because I'm just wound up from psychic work. And then I slow down. Doing astrology puts me in a relaxed state, So, well, thank you for being here, guys. Thank you so much. Steve, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I hope you have an awesome day too, buddy. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Kim. Kim says, when chart is done like his with a pure heart makes for the better. Oh, bless you, Kim. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to get off of here. Psychic Bob has more work today. But listen, thanks for being here. Thank you for your understanding. Now, before I go, I promise you to see this portrait. Make sure to get a hold of Simba if you want to get an artwork like this. This is his portrait he did for me and Cola. Massive portrait. So I recommend it. Simba, make sure to put your information in the box below. And so thank you guys for being here and for your support for Simba and his artworks. You guys are the best. Well, listen, guys, remember, tomorrow night, be here, 7 p.m. live stream event. We're going to do Friday night spirit messages. We're going to see what the spirit world has, and it'll be a lot of fun. So I hope you'll come out and join us then. And you guys are great. TGVG, blessings to you. Thank you for sharing about your bonsai tree today. It's nice to have a friend who actually knows what they're doing. So we're definitely going to talk, and we're going to have you on it'll probably be a few weeks yet till I get my tree done. But then once it's on, we'll have you on to continue talking about it. But we'll be in touch in the meantime. And thank you, TGVG. Thanks, Miss Lisa. Thank you to all of you for being here. Well, listen, I hope wherever you are, you're having a blessed day. And even though it's not Astrology Monday, I'm going to say this anyways. Just remember, if you're at a time of struggle in your life, challenges, hard times, don't give in to despair. Remember that the wheel of the zodiac is above us and always spinning, always in motion. And what that means is that each day, new alignments come into our lives to bring power, blessing, prosperity, and all good things. So keep faith, hope, and love in your hearts. Look to the stars and know that you can have a blessed life. Guys, I love all of you. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 7 p.m. And until then, may all of you always blessed be.